Wonderful. Yay,
We are
hello
now
from
live. Hello,
Mars.
viewer.
It's wonderful to
I
be
quite
with
like
you
the
all.
fact you
You
keep
look like
getting one, and I like that viewer. I'm starting to feel like developing a relationship with the viewer that we have. I want to know more about them. Okay, over to you guys.
Well, we wanted to maybe give a quick kind of catch-up for the people who might not have been joining us from Beyond the 404th Wall previously, to let them know what's kind of going on, how Marco and Paula here have been exploring Beyond the 404th Wall. So because this whole endeavor, this whole research project has been based on Calvino's Invisible Cities, we have taken it one step further with going with Calvino's 6 memos
For the new millennium.
for the new millennium as a way of mapping the extraordinary things we are finding here in this strange land and conveying it back to you, the Extra-Dimensional Explorer team, to help us to understand where we might be.
And also not only that, but also help us communicate beyond the 404 what difference is and what sameness is, and how to understand those ideas. Quick recap on the 404, on the 6 memos of Calvino's for the new millennium are quickness,
Lightness,
lightness, visibility,
multiplicity.
consistency.
Wait, multiplicity, consistency. We can't count on this side of the wall.
Visibility, lightness, exactitude, and
oh no, we forgot.
Memory.
Here it is. We have it in this little book.
lightness, quickness, visibility, multiplicity, consistency.
Consistency. See, we're not consistent.
And the last one being exactitude. And we've broken it down so that we've kind of taken on one over a day or over a course of a couple days to help us frame our understanding of a place through one of those memos. So the memo for today was exactitude. Now, notions of exactitude, much like the other memos, are really kind of only really understood via inexact things. And another thing that we thought we had sort of 3 notions of exactitude. They would be things or measurements that could appear regularly enough to chart. And that they were things that could or were able to be replicated or repeated. And lastly, that they were equivalents. We would allow us to enact an exactitude between Newcastle and Dubai. So we've come up with several measures of exactitude that I believe is on the screen right now, and we are going to be using those to map, in some ways, notions of where we are here and where you are there.
So what we've done to do that is actually to kind of chart some of the things that we are seeing, hearing, experiencing regularly from Beyond the 404th Wall, and asking you to create an emblem of sorts that represents these things in your space. Okay? So we're going to be giving you some instructions that use language, different imagery, different sense of bodily experience in a place that's related to here, and then you are asked to interpret that within the space of the laboratory. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes.
Do you have the information up on the screen so everyone can see it, or would it be helpful if we read it?
Wonderful. Yes,
Okay.
I think I saw that.
It's dark to you, I would imagine, but it's quite light to us.
It's no, what great. Glad we can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you there?
Yep, I think they're there. Yep, we're going to pop up because we're talking loud.
Okay.
I'm kind of getting the hang of this Hangouts thing.
We
Yep.
What we've done in order to start this mapping process is to map this physical space that you are in right now as the Kubla Khan. Yes, I see. That's lovely. It looks fantastic. And graphed in a very exact and precise manner.
Very, very exact. There's no room for error.
There is no room.
This is like scientifically solid.
So we've literally grafted the areas of where we are and your space together in a beautiful, exact sandwich.
Yes.
So we'll be asking you to move objects around the space in order that you can manifest that emblem of where we are, where you are.
It should be noted as well that what we have given you as a list is somewhat like the Rosetta Stone, where on one column we have the things that are related to the place where we are. On another column, we have the things that are related to the place that you are. And in the middle, we've got the third thing, which acts as the kind of equivalence.
That third thing is for you to decipher. That third thing comes from your space, your physical bodily space. For example, the first equivalence. In Dubai, 1 shawarma is equivalent to 2 Greggs sausage rolls. That is approximately the equivalent of 8 to 10 bites, or approximately 2 palms together, or approximately several hundred calories.
They're low fat. They're low fat. Don't worry.
These are this third criteria are from your position that you are in right now, your bodily perspective. So in order to start this, perhaps what we'll do is do a tiny little test first and foremost, and I'm going to ask each one of you to go and seek out an object in the space, something that is movable of some sort, not too big, not too little, not something that's going to be problematic. When you're ready, make a noise.
Say shawarma when you're ready.
I don't know.
Is this too little?
Nothing is too little.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
Wonderful. What I would like you to do is we're going to enact one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 down, the call to prayer. So as the call to prayer happens 5 times a day here, we've calculated that exists approximately each minute is 0.0035 of a call to prayer, which is also 9 breath cycles. I would like you from your position to move 0.0035 of a call to prayer and place that object in the space where that takes you. Is that understood?
Yeah.
Okay.
And place the object on the floor when you are done. Wonderful. I'm glad that was an equivalence. Now what we'd like to do, you all get the idea and you all kind of understand of how that goes. What we'd like to do is start to graft where we are now with where you are now. Much of that is going to need to find a starting point. We're going to say the starting point should be the bottom left-hand corner of the gallery space. If you could find the bottom left-hand corner of the gallery space.
Are you there?
Yes, we're here. We just got to find the bottom left-hand corner. It's different for all of us. But it's okay.
That's fantastic. Whichever you feel is the bottom left-hand space, go to that site.
Okay. 1 minute. I need to switch me more light in here. Okay.
Okay, are you all ready?
Oh, well, yes, we're ready. But they're both wrong.
Okay, now we would like you to navigate from that point, right?
Yeah.
Diagonally across the space at a rate of 2.61 per distance.
2.611.
Per distance. So you decide how you are calculating that distance, what measurement you are using as that distance. And then, what was that?
Are we still measuring in press?
No, this is a new measurement process, so it's 2.61 blank per distance. So what you're trying to do is fill in the blank with something that is applicable to yourselves. This could be breath, this could be feet, this could be memories of your favorite animal, this could be something you see in the space. So what you want to make sure that you do is whatever process that is, while moving diagonally through the space, you utilize it 2.61 times.
Yeah, I was very precise.
Have you made it to the other diagonal in 2.61?
Wait, you have to go to the other corner.
What? To the other corner? I've done 2.61, but it didn't get me where I wanted to be.
Have we arrived there?
Is everyone in their spot?
Are we supposed to go to the other corner? Is the measurement a time thing or a distance thing?
It is both in the sense that your distance must be traveled in 2.61s of something. So it could be 2.61 times that you think of your favorite piece of fruit that allows you to travel from one corner to the other.
Okay, thanks.
You have to go to the other corner.
You know, this is very exact science, as you can tell. Are you in your spot now?
One corner to the other corner.
18.6.
At the speed of.
Speed of 2.6. Okay. I'm doing my precision jumps.
I want to do like steps.
Oh no. Now that you're in your spot, we would like you to bring objects to that spot to mark it. And how we would like you to do that is according to this ratio. Here, beyond the 404th wall, there are 2 luxury car rental shops for every 1 jewelry shop in your area. So if you could please accumulate objects in a ratio of 2 luxury car rental shops to 1 jewelry shop and place them in your spot.
The current spot that you're standing. So you will have to leave that spot, but return to it with your 2-to-1 ratio between luxury car rentals and jewelry shops.
You can do this. Don't actually we bring in a luxury car into the space?
Wonderful.
Broke what?
What's been broken?
The dynamo! Oh, no.
Oh,
Sad face.
Sad face. Well, that now is 2 objects. You could use that as a ratio.
Has everyone else accumulated
Have you
their
accumulated your objects at a 2-to-1 ratio in the spot that you made it to?
Yes.
One. The next ratio is a larger ratio, and it's a 17-to-1 ratio between the call to prayer, which is the adhan, and the sound of the goldsmith's clock, which is on Granger Street? Yes.
No, on the corner of Pilgrim Street
Pilgrim Street.
and Northumberland.
Yeah.
Northumberland. Yes.
You know what I mean.
So that's a 17-to-1 ratio. How I'd like you to use that ratio is taking those 2-to-1 objects that you have and moving them in a 17-to-1 ratio of breath.
So,
Okay?
what do we do with the objects we already have?
So you're moving them in a ratio of 17-to-1
Okay.
breaths. So for every 1 bit,
Exceptional extra-dimensional explorer.
well, they're really truly getting to understand what it is to be where we are. We are translating.
I feel as though the space we are hearing before is on another realm.
I find that this is exactly where we have been before.
Yes.
I begin to recognize it.
I recognize it.
We move once and then we move next.
Has the action been completed? If not, excellent.
Action planning there. Would you like to take the next one?
Next, we would like to try to explain to you, to express to you, just how many of these places we have seen, these kinds of boxes, that inside these boxes are people typing on typewriters and
They move
printing.
their hands rapidly and things appear like magic.
Words.
Words,
Symbols.
markings, graphs, glyphs. Strange.
I don't believe that you have as many of these things or the same type of thing in your neck of the woods. We seem to have experienced 22 of these for every one that you might have.
I now have an example. I would like to show you what they look like.
Can you see this screen?
Oh, right. Yeah.
This, there are many of them. This is one particular favorite one.
They provided us with beverages.
Hot coffee. They brought us coffee from inside.
They were very kind to us as we were quite lost in our tent. So rather than moving an object, we would like you to move your body in some fashion at a ratio of 22 to 1.
And also in a way that replicates the actions which might happen in these typing, printing, replicating places. So from the objects that were arranged 22 to 1, oh sorry, 17 to 1, you will now be moving your body in a different way, in a way that replicates and honors these places. Are you prepared?
Wait, Dominic, I'm not sure what we're doing.
What?
We're going from the object.
What do I have to go for? Sorry. I just started enjoying myself. Just like clicking.
This is very difficult work. There should be no enjoyment of it.
Are we moving at the same time from our objects?
Yes,
Yes.
you are. You're moving at the same time from your objects that were arranged 17 to 1 into a 22 to 1 ratio.
Okay.
22. Or instead.
Okay.
How long does this go for?
22 to 1.
Depends on what you've chosen to do.
What have you chosen to do for 22?
Okay. We have more explorers.
Yay!
Hello, Victoria.
Hello there.
Hello.
Welcome, explorers. Is that more than one explorer?
I see a mini explorer in tow. We are
Hello.
thrilled to have you.
Welcome, mini explorer. with attached mother. We are in the process of designing the new spaces and explaining our space to the spaces in Newcastle. As you can see on the chart that is in front of the explorer there who's waving, here are some equivalences of exact numbers that we have devised in order for you to understand what is here and what is there, and how in between we can really discover the exact reference of understanding.
What we are asking you to do is to create an emblem of what we are experiencing here in an effort to give you an image, a clear experience of what we have discovered beyond the 404th wall. To do that, we have selected things that we find unique to here and made them equivalent to things that are unique to you, mediated by the body. We hope you're up for this challenge.
We have 2 more.
Wait, I have a
Oh,
question.
sorry.
Because technically, the little extra-dimensional explorer is somehow attached to the larger extra-dimensional explorer.
This is
Does
true.
this count as 1.5 bodies?
This does count as 1.5 bodies. So any descriptive process that the large and the little explorer must be multiplied by 0.5. If that's all right, you understand?
Does everyone agree to this? It doesn't matter.
By what ratio? What's
So
the ratio?
0.5.
0.5?
0.5.
Should it be
Sorry,
0.4?
it must be multiplied by 1.5.
1.5.
1.5.
You are the one.
These are more than 0.5.
So
I say 0.7. 1.7.
1.7, that is fair enough.
that's fair. If that's what
we accept that as an equivalent.
We do as that
We do.
as that equivalence. So we have 2 more to go. What I would really like to do right now is to fully understand something that is very deeply understood here and has a very strong equivalence within the Newcastle, and it's the relationship of shawarma shops to something that is I believe you call
Good.
Greggs. Greggs. Yes. So this is an equivalence we have calculated for 1 to 7.5. So for every 1 Greggs that appears within a specific realm, 7.5 shawarma shops will occur in the same dimension.
Yes.
What we're asking is finding because we have a new visitor, can you walk in a ratio of 1 to 7.5 to a space where you all come together? So you're going to have to accumulate your walking speeds in such a way that in 7.5 steps you all meet at the same place.
Okay.
More than 7.5.
Some people may take larger steps and others smaller steps.
Yes.
We need to do maths for Victoria. So we need to multiply this by 1.7.
Where's the ruler calculator?
I would say it's 11.
Yeah? 11 steps for Victoria.
7.5. Just for clarification's sake,
We have checked with the Oracle, who has given us a calculation.
It's all 0.7.
12.75 for the little one.
It's been taken. All done.
Well, we're cheating.
And are you beginning your steps?
Which one's what side? Okay.
There we go. Go. You'll need to decide where you're meeting.
Okay.
Have you made it? Congratulations.
Well done.
You have come to a point where you are all together. Much like us now, we are here with you, and you are here together, and we are here as one.
We are one,
And the little one has separated itself out.
like a ring. Now, we would like to ask you to consider some of these adjuncts to exactitude. We would like you to take the objects in the space. They don't need to be the ones that you specifically used in the previous ratios. But we'd like you to take the objects and then mark the space in terms of emotional state. That can be your individual emotional states, or that can be concluded in a consensus amongst the group. How can you mark the space in terms of your emotional state? What is our emotional state?
Our emotional state right now borders on exhaustion.
Yes,
That may be a physical state, but it's also an emotional
it
state.
is an emotion. However, we're joyous.
Joyous and emotionally exhausted.
Yeah. Okay, we're good at emotional state.
Please tell us your emotional state.
We're all tired.
What was that?
Tired.
Tired.
If you could please then gather as many objects that you could to join at that space where you currently are in a way that marks that emotional state.
Okay.
One object.
Well done, little experimental. Well done.
Saw that?
We saw that. That was pretty
That was
spectacular.
very, very cool. Are we ready? Have we marked things out in terms of an emotional state?
Now that you marked things in terms of the emotional state that you came to a consensus on, which was tired,
What we would like you to do for the final moment of exactitude is developing on from this marking that you made. Basically find a way to count things depending on absence.
Wait, we didn't get that. Could you repeat that?
Sure, yes. What I'm trying to say is that now that you are, for the last moment of exactitude, in reference to the marking that you recently made in terms of an emotional state in that area, the last thing we'd like you to do is to somehow come up with a physical manifestation, so something that exists that you can document for us, that is counting things in terms of absence. So what things are you counting that are not there? This could be atoms, this could be spirits, this could be the amount of ships that have been lost since last we left, this could be the days that we've not been. What ways can you count the absences and make it a physical mark that adds on to that emblem you made in terms of your emotional state?
Absence. This is represent absence. Abscesses, absences, or absent.
Not absent. Not the beverage.
There is none of that here, though. We should let
Definitely
you
no absence here.
We have noticed the absence of absence.
So what you need to be able to do is make a mark on that emblem you made of your emotional state that represents something in terms of absence. That counts in terms of absence. The reason we're asking is we would like you to document this and send it to us to help us understand things. We're explorers. We're explorers. We would like you to leave you here at this moment for you to experience the counting of absence without our disembodied voice.
We ask that once you have completed the task, you document it in an appropriate way and make it visible to us so that we can see this final emblem.
Can anyone hear us? So we will leave you now, and we will await your message from beyond the 404th wall. We will.
We are.
Are you leaving?
We will leave you to do this, and we ask that you send a visual representation that may guide us in this future examinations.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm
And
glad.
look forward to future transmissions.
We shall see you.
Best of luck.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.